Hi, I want to talk to you about my thoughts and opinions on camcorders. I've been looking for a replacement for a camcorder that can shoot 4K 60p. And this little DJI Osmo Pocket 3 came up as a potential. I like the size, and it does 4K 60p. But how well? That's the important thing. To me, detail, clarity, crispness, image quality is extremely important. I'm talking about being able to do post-production work and things, pull frame shots out, things of that nature. So anyways, if you're looking for a replacement camera for a camcorder, you'll know that for the last several years, there just hasn't been a whole lot out there for shooting 4K 60p, especially for size. You know, you can get bigger camcorders, that's fine. But smaller camcorders, if they had 15 years ago, you're just not going to find anything out there. Why? I have no idea. They've been putting them in phones, they're putting them in these things, they're putting them in action cams. I just don't understand it. But that's for smarter brains than me to figure out. So with the limited options, I know Panasonic has got a few launches that they did this year. I think there was 4 cameras, but even those that do the 4K 60p that they launched are not small. They're big compared to this. Not something that's easy to carry around, pocket and stick it in a jacket pocket or clip on with a carabiner on your belt loop. Just not happening with those. That's what interested me in this little guy. It comes with this nice little case, and we'll get to that in a minute. But this gimbal on this sucker is best in class. I was really impressed with that. The old Sonys, a lot of them have the Boss system with the gimbals in them, the optical stabilization that moves around the lens. It's a gimbal also. It just doesn't work as nice as this. This is smooth and effective. It isn't really intuitive, so you're going to have to do some research, reading, play with it, figure it out exactly what you want to do with it. And then when it comes time to using it, you pop this little screen open and you start messing with the settings, pick what you want, and maybe hope that your shot isn't gone. So this, once you get it set up for exactly what you want, yeah, it's usable that way. So again, that gimbal isn't 100% intuitive, but you can get over that. The other thing that this one promises is a 1-inch sensor. That's got some appeal in certain areas. You know, you talk about low light capabilities, wonderful. I like to light my subjects sometimes, so you know, it really does away with that. Actually, it can be a hindrance in the 1-inch sensor capability with the additional lighting. So you got to be careful with that. Where this is pretty much point and shoot under all conditions. This is a little bit more picky. Bokeh is another thing. If you like bokeh, this isn't going to cut it as much as this will. You can get it with distant shots and focusing on distant objects. With this, you can get that. You know, some of those different scenarios you come up with. This, even the distance between my hand and my face is going to give you bokeh with this. One of them is going to be out of focus. There's some companies out there, you know, selling ND filters and things like that to help you reduce it, but you're not going to eliminate it. So you're out of luck with that. You're stuck with it. Replacement for an action cam, again, they give you this nice little, you know, case that you can, hard case, you stick that in your pocket and go. But when it comes time to actually using it, this is not robust enough. I think it would probably get damaged quite easily. There's too many moving parts on it. So I'm not comfortable with it as an action cam replacement. And I'm not in the market for an action cam replacement. I'm interested in a camcorder replacement. Zoom, forget it. 1x to 2x at best. These things, 30 or more times zoom. And the images stay crisp. These, it just doesn't have it, not yet. Hopefully they come out with something, but even at that, let's talk about image quality, because it really sucks. There's no discussion about it. I can't make the image quality on this anywhere near as good as a 15-year-old 1080 60p camera, and that's pathetic. In 2025, that's freaking pathetic. Detail and clarity are important. Post-production, I like to pull individual frames out, use them for pictures, zoom, crop on my videos. No matter what setting I use, even if there was a setting in here that I could use, I have to open up this little 1-inch screen, go through here, pick, and hope my shot doesn't go away. Well, I did all that. I used all the settings. No matter what setting I use, I can't get crispness. When I'm talking about crispness and image quality, I'm talking about being able to look at the hairs on a hand, the pores on the skin. I want to see detail, the hairs in the eyelashes. I do not get it with this. The image quality of this is probably on par with a Galaxy S8, even in 4K 60p. If you want better image quality, you're probably better off using a phone, like a any of the Galaxies since S20, any of the Apples for the last 5 years, all hands down beat this. So those are my thoughts on the DJI Osmo. Does it have a place? Absolutely. It's a great vlogging tool. If you're not concerned about image quality, if you're not doing close-up work, great. You've got a bright screen behind you. The 1-inch sensor helps really lock on it, and you can actually see both, and the low light sensor, all that stuff. Wonderful, wonderful tools. But for me, camcorder replacement, not even close.